So for those of you who obviously follow the kayak fishing scene intently, over the last sort of 5 or 6 years, the fish finders that we use have sort of really sort of stepped up a gear, going from standalone little black and white finders to color finders to color fish finder GPSs. And on the upside, that's great. On the downside, unfortunately, it means that your battery power, or the battery that you need to power the unit, is a lot more demanding. So where you used to get away with a very small sort of battery, sort of the same size as your fist, 1.1 amp hour battery, you used to get 6 hours on an entry-level fish finder. Now on your entry-level finders, you get about 1.5 to 2 hours out of that battery because of the functions that the fish finder offers you, and obviously the amount of power that it draws from the finders. So what we found is, if you're looking for hassle-free power in your finder and making sure that you don't have to sort of carry 2 batteries or worry about your battery going flat, so turning your fish finder on and off all the time, we have started selling the FPV-Power 12 volt 7 amp hour lithium ion battery. Okay, this is a product that comes out of Australia. It is, being a lithium ion battery and also being the size of it, it's very, very light. So in actual fact, this is about as light as our old small battery that we used to get an hour and a half out of. Except this lithium ion battery gives us, on the same unit, depending on what you're actually using at the time, whether you've got the backlight on, whether you're using function, GPS and fish finder at the same time, that all makes a difference. But you get about 25 hours of usage out of it. So that means if you're going away for a weekend, you can pretty much charge your battery and fish the whole weekend. Whereas in the past, you'd have to have a spare battery and you'd probably charge it 10 times over the weekend while you're fishing in the morning and afternoon session. So the hassle-freeness of this battery is incredible. Obviously, being lightweight, even better. The other advantage of this battery, lithium-ion battery, it's in a waterproof, sealed box. We all know that lithium-ion batteries don't like water at all. They tend to go boom. So a lithium-ion battery in a proper sealed waterproof container gives you peace of mind that the battery is safe, it's dry. And then we just have a simple plug. The female side of the plug, and then you have the male side of the plug and the female side of the plug. So the female side of the plug is connected to the power cable of your finder. Obviously you're going to connect it correctly, a little bit of soldering, seal it properly, make sure you use some heat shrink and make sure you keep it dry, and so that you don't get any sort of what we call black death on your cable. Then all you really have to do is look after your plugs. Keep your plugs clean versus keeping your battery dry and trying to keep the 2 wires dry and water not getting in them. So this way your power cable on your fish finder also is a lot easier to maintain, a lot easier to look after, and you get a lot less problems with your power cable by using a system like this, as well as obviously, like I said, a lot more hours and usage out of the battery. So, for example, Murray, who works for us, I gave him one of these batteries, and he was telling me the other day that he's charged it 3 times this month, and he's probably fished 10 or 12 times or whatever it is. That's the difference. You can do that, whereas, like I said, smaller batteries you can't. What we've also done very, very recently is we've obviously started to get all the accessories that come with the battery. They do come now with like a little plug like this, where you use this plug, maybe you would clean it, you can put a cap on it. Now it's completely sealed like that, and it actually keeps the water out. So little things like this make a difference to looking after your battery, to looking after your finder. Same thing with a plug like this. Let's say this is connected to your finder. You can now put this over it, screw this on, and it's sealed. So also keeping your plugs dry, keeping moisture, stopping the corrosion. So those are 2 plugs, male and female plugs, that protect those plugs. Then we step it up with a USB charger. So you want to charge your phone, or you want to charge the USB accessory from the same battery, you can now buy one of these cables, same thing, connected to the battery, and charge your phone, charge something. So if you're going to Mozambique, or let's say you're camping, or you're doing those kind of things, you can now take this and plug it into here directly, okay, and charge things from it. So that's your USB charger. Then we have your good old-fashioned cigarette lighter charger. So obviously if you have a USB fitting that fits inside your cigarette charger, you can buy something like this. Same thing, connected to the battery. Bob's your uncle. Connect your USB or connect whatever, or if you want to smoke, plug your cigarette lighter in. So same thing. It also works like that. So you have that option there with that. And then another nice nifty new feature that we have here is the wire lead. So a lot of the guys these days want to try and run a live well pump and a fish finder, you now have the option with a wire lead to be able to, one, connect to the finder. Okay, so let's say this one's connected to your finder, and two, draw the power from here to your live well. So you live well pump, fish finder. Obviously, we design the kayaks now these days so you don't have to have a live well pump, but if you want one, you can now a simple way to use one battery and you're running a double lead. Obviously, how you set it up is obviously everybody's individual how to do it, but this wire lead gives you the option to run two power sources off one battery, or draw, sorry, I said two power sources off one battery. And then we also have the waterproof fuse, which you once again connect here. This connects to your finder or whatever. Being a waterproof fuse, you tend to have a little bit less problems with the fuse blowing. Often the guys use the standard fuses, they get a bit of water in, they blow or they burn out easily, whereas this doesn't allow that. So a waterproof fuse is like another accessory that you have peace of mind that's going to last and not get wet or not burn out, but not get the corrosion and blow. So waterproof fuse, the wire lead, the USB charger, cigarette light charger, and plugs to protect, caps to protect the plugs, or the range of accessories that now come with this battery. Obviously, some people look at this battery and go, yeah, it's expensive versus what I can buy, but like with everything, if you want hassle-free, long-term, it works out probably cheaper. Initially, the purchase is, wow, it's a little bit expensive, but over time, you'll find that this gives you a peace of mind. It does come with a warranty as well, so you don't have to worry about that. And also, this battery does come with a charger too, so you don't have to buy a charger, whereas in other cases, you buy a battery and you buy a charger, you add it up, you're halfway to where this battery is already. So, yeah, so there we go. So, this is the new FPV-Power Battery that we're using. Later on, we will be bringing in the 17.5 amp hour battery, which is a bigger unit for a bigger other things or other ideas that you want to do. But for now, this is the one we focused and concentrated on, and we seem to be pretty much installing, I'd say, 8 out of 10 finders these days actually are using this power pack. There we go.